Hey guys, I'm Willbender, and today we're going to be going over how you can make your existing equipment even more powerful than it already is. Now, if you've been attacking Neon Beast or the Alliance boss, you may have noticed something different within your storage box. So I'm going to go over to my blacksmith, my storage box, and we see this little guy right here called the Equipment Evolution Stone. And we see that it has a particular color right now, it's gray. If I go over to the synthesize option, we see a very recognizable picture here. You kind of know that this kind of looks like the blacksmithing materials. If I were to go over here as well, if I were to click on one of these little guys, it has the same exact interface where you synthesize a couple of lower ones to make bigger ones, and so on and so forth. So these are what's called equipment evolution stones, and they can be used on any piece of equipment that is currently in the game or that you've already crafted. So I have grayed out ones, so those can only be used on gray materials. If I were to synthesize this right here and I would get my green, I could use that on a green piece of equipment. Simple enough, right? Well, it's going to take quite a while to get on over to the gold version, but let's first talk about how you can get these items. I've actually already sent out an attack on the Alliance boss. Let's see if we actually got one, and we did. As I'm circling right here, you can see that I got 5 of the gray items. So this is one place that you can get them. Another source also indicates that we can get them from the Neon Beast boxes. I have not confirmed that myself, but it is within the Hardcore Strategy Group information. So those are the 2 places that I currently know that you can get these items. So let's talk a little bit about the percentages of success rates on how things are going to work and kind of what the interface looks like. So let's go to some screenshots. So again, we see a picture of a blue stone. This is one of the screenshots that were sent out. So you can kind of see that, yes, it is possible to synthesize even higher than the ones that I've seen. And you're going to need at least 4 to get to the next level, and then so on and so forth. So I'll put a little equation towards the end of how many you would need to get a gold one. But going on over to the next one, this is exactly what it would look like if you were to have a gold piece of equipment and a gold equipment, what's it called again? Totally forgot what it's called. Equipment Evolution Stone. So that's basically what it would look like there. And as you can see, it's a 100% success rate, which is nice. Very nice to actually get that. And you can see that the attribute bonuses would be 2% increased. That's a pretty hefty amount, especially if you have your extra attributes on your pieces of equipment already. It's also really nice if you have the triple cav on the Archangel like I just got. So that's kind of neat too. And this is sort of a picture of what the Clash of Kings Hardcore Strategy Group posted out there. We're going to kind of follow this train of thought here. Now we can see here the types of what the evolutionary level is at the left-hand side and the increase in the percentages, at least as far as following the blue version. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like in other versions, but you can tell, at least with the blue here, we have an increased percentage of 2% going across the board here. So we can keep on moving on here. Now this is what I really wanted to show you guys, was the success rates. The success rates between evolutions 1, 2, and 3 is 100%. So you have absolutely no risk of losing your stuff, only until you get to level 4. Once you make the jump to level 4, it starts dropping off. 90% for level 4, 80% for level 5. So if I were to go back on over here, we can kind of see that we have a pretty good shot at getting to level 5 without a whole lot to really worry about. It's not going to be that easy to break a 90 or 80% chance. I've seen people get 50% chances when it comes to the engraving stones almost every time on the first try, so you're kind of safe. It's only when you start getting down towards 7 and 8 that it starts becoming a little bit iffy, and you might want to start thinking about using those stones for other purposes. So if we were to continue to go on over here, this is what the blue quality looks like for the Archangel Scepter. Just giving a good idea, we're going to look at the cav attack here. The basic attribute is 11.67%. If you were to go up different percentages for each of the evolutions, they go up by that amount. So that kind of gives you a cool idea of how the blue works. Again, we don't really know what the other versions are since this stuff literally just came out. But we can imagine that it's probably a slightly bigger amount. And we can actually keep on going over here, and you can see what may be needed to get to the higher ranks. Now you can kind of see also here that that you can attack the Neon Beast and the Alliance boss, and you can attain 100 evolutionary stones, which can evolve the blue equipment, which it gets you there fairly quickly. So 100 seems to be a decent cap that you would get per day. You have to use a lot of stamina in order to get that, though. But we can see levels 1, 2, and 3 are kind of, well, I mean, level 1 and 2 are pretty similar. Level 3 and 4 starts giving you a lot more. And, you know, that's just what's needed to get the white equipments and the white blueprints. It's going to take a lot more to get towards the gold. But let's actually get a real number here, and it's actually be fairly simple. I'm going to do the calculations right now, and I'll come back to you with it once I'm done calculating it. So again, we're looking at the synthesized table here, and as we can see, we need at least 4 of the previous color to make the next color. So if we go by that equation, we would need 1,024 white stones. How did I get that? It's pretty simple. If I were to take 1024, divide that by 4, I would have 256. That would give you my green. 256 divided by 4 is 64. 64 divided by 4 is 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So if you take that math, you need 1,024 white stones to make 1 gold piece. Now, I'm obviously saying that because I know a lot of people are going to want to go for Archangel. Now, like I said, you can actually synthesize other pieces of equipment with these stones. I'll show you an example right now. So a good friend of ours within the hardcore community chat ended up giving us the governor's sword here, which is a gray version here. So you can see we have numbers from this one, and then if I go over here, we have +2. And we can see that the numbers have changed a little bit, and I will put a side-by-side comparison. But you can use the stones for stuff other than Archangel. I just imagine people are going to want to do Archangel just a little bit more. But just keep in mind, it will take over 1,000 white stones in order to get that. So that's about all we have right now. This is a brand new system. People are going to be picking it apart, seeing which ones are going to be the best to do. And secondary ones outside of that. People may even want to do stuff like the Sword of Death. The Governor's set seemed like a wonderful idea. So tons of opportunities here, and for the most part, not as gambling until you get to the higher levels. So everybody, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this helped out people who are wondering about this new system. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, also leave that in the comments below. Who knows? You may just see your suggestion come up in a future video. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. And until next time, I will see you on the battlefield. If I bleed tonight, if I